Welcome to MMA Daily. Here's what we've highlighted for you today. Dana White has shut down rumors of foul play after the UFC Paris controversy. Daniel Cormier believes Khalil Rountree could pull off an upset if Alex Pereira underestimates him. Plus, Dana White remains firm. Francis Ngannou hasn't earned more from boxing than during his time in the UFC. Stay tuned for all the latest. Dana White says there was no foul play with the French Athletic Commission stemming from UFC Paris. Both Renato Moicano and Brendan Allen were none too pleased with being held for hours after the weigh-ins to undergo drug testing. Allen felt the headache was suspicious given that both he and Moicano were facing French fighters. Moicano was upset that he had to wait 4 hours for testing with no water in his body. He took to his podcast to say that the commission was either corrupt or dumb. White has since cleared the air on the controversy. It's not true. They were feeling like they were being singled out. The French guys were available. They have their own doping organization that they use. Did they make probably bad judgment around the weigh-in time? Yes. It's when those guys are the most miserable, dehydrated, the list goes on and on. There was no foul play whatsoever with them. We get why they felt that way, but it wasn't true. Moicano ended up winning his fight in devastating fashion. He battered the face of Benoit Saint-Denis to the point where the doctor wouldn't allow Saint-Denis to enter the third round. Moicano extended his winning streak to 4. As for Allen, he ended up suffering a unanimous decision loss to Nasruddin Imavov. It was a tough defeat for Allen, who was all in on the idea of moving closer to title contention with an 8th straight win. It simply wasn't meant to be on this night. Daniel Cormier thinks Khalil Rountree could pull off a big upset if UFC light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira doesn't take him seriously. Pereira is a big favorite heading into his title defense against Rountree, which headlines Saturday's UFC 307 event at Delta Center in Salt Lake City. With the likes of Magomed Ankalaev at the top of the light heavyweight ladder, many questioned Rountree getting the title shot. Cormier said crazy things have happened during UFC events in Utah and warns Pereira not to underestimate Rountree. That's a big fight, but to play the devil's advocate, in Utah, we have now seen Kamaru Usman dominating Leon Edwards get knocked out at the very end and Edwards becoming champ. We've also seen Dustin Poirier, who had beaten Justin Gaethje, knocked out and Justin Gaethje become the BMF champion. So if there's anything to be said about Salt Lake City, upsets happen. According to DraftKings, Pereira is a -500 favorite over Rountree, who's a +380 underdog. Pereira has defended his light heavyweight title twice, scoring knockouts of Jamal Hill and Yuri Prohaska. Dana White insists that Francis Ngannou hasn't made more money in boxing than he would have if he remained in the UFC. One of the reasons Ngannou left the UFC for PFL is to chase after his dream of boxing. He was able to land 2 mega fights, which resulted in a close split decision loss to Tyson Fury and a knockout loss against Anthony Joshua. White has recently committed to promoting boxing, which he believes has a broken business model. When asked about Ngannou making more money in boxing than the $8 million Francis said he was offered to fight John Jones, White heavily denied that claim. "I know all the that you people don't know, and I don't care what everybody says. It doesn't matter to me, but that's a fact. He was offered more money because I know the real numbers. That's the publicly that people believe, but that's not the truth. That's that whole myth that makes everybody go, oh, let's go to boxing and all this shit. Boxing don't work. Boxing does not work. What makes it work? You need a Saudi trillionaire to make fights, and even Saudi trillionaires get tired of the shit. It's all a myth. It's all a myth." Thanks for tuning in to MMA Daily. We appreciate your support and hope you enjoyed today's updates. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest in the MMA world. See you next time.